episodes in her own life, but also about her absolute hero worship of Judy Garland. So, one of the things about it that speaks to me is that it's about people's feelings about a singer. And it's about fans and how they can feel about you. There's a really interesting tone to the book, I think, because she goes to Judy Garland at times in her life when things have gone wrong and when things are difficult.
You mean she doesn't go to her literally, because obviously their lives don't overlap.
Turns to her music, watches videos of her. And there's something about the combination in Judy Garland that she gets of, the darkness that was in Judy Garland's own life and then the emotional power of her performance that sort of gets her through her life. So it's sort of about someone using the work of a performer and a singer to get them through their own life. And I think that's a really interesting thought, that's how people relate to other artists and performers.
Maggie O'Farrell, so this is a kind of super passionate fan letter from a writer to Judy Garland. It is also, as Tracy said, a sort of memoir, autobiography of Susie Boyd. Did you enjoy it?
I did. I mean, I found it actually quite hard to relate to the level of her passion for Judy Garland. I mean, I remember feeling like that when I was a teenager about singers and about bands and certain songs. But in adulthood, I think, to me, I found it a bit baffling. I couldn't really understand. And I think I wanted to know more. I think my issue with it, because I really love Susie Boyd's fiction. I find her fiction filled with kind of precision and a sort of forensic accuracy. So I was expecting a sort of similarity, I think, from her non-fiction. But actually what I felt was, although I was very interested in Judy Garland, who actually was a singer I didn't know that much about. I mean, I knew the kind of vague outline of her story, I think, as most people do. But I found, actually, I wanted a bit more Susie and a bit less Judy in this book. I felt almost in a way that, in kind of narrative terms, she was almost using her passion for Judy Garland as a kind of smokescreen. It was almost holding the reader at a distance, perhaps. I mean, I felt that, it was almost a sort of mechanism to keep the reader from knowing too much about her. And I think... Sorry, yes.
No, I was just going to say it's so interesting because I saw it quite differently. I saw it as a kind of fretwork screen that allowed you to get these glimpses of Susie Boyd's own life.
Yes.
I mean, her relationship with her family, her relationship with her father in particular, who we should say is the painter Lucian Freud, a man who was probably the least ideal father on earth, and her own relationship with food, for instance. I mean, we're using Judy Garland's problems with eating as a sort of way of looking at her own. I mean, I thought that was a really ingenious device, and I thought she did it very well. My problem, though, was that I actually couldn't care 300 pages worth about Judy Garland. I mean, I suppose also I've never had